What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the 2024 Mini Cooper S Countryman. This one's finished in Momentum Gray. MSRP is $44,600. This particular one is the iconic trim level, but it has the Untamed package to it. So it's a special edition, super unique interior as you will see. Big shout out to Flow Mini of Winston-Salem for providing this car for today's video. Take a look at their website, linked down below. Underneath the hood of the Mini Cooper S Countryman, you're going to find the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This is a BMW motor pumping out 189 horsepower with 206 pound-feet of torque. This car is front-wheel drive with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Curb weight is around 3,500 pounds. Runs on a 16.1 gallon fuel tank, and you're looking at 24 miles per gallon in the city with 33 out on the highway. Overall length is 169.7 inches with the wheelbase at 105.1. Width is 71.7 and height is 61.3 inches. Ground clearance is also 6.5 inches. Moving on to the exterior styling, I really like the Momentum Gray with all the black accents. Definitely makes this a sporty looking car, and I like how the headlights are a little bit more squared off. Tapping the unlock button, you can see that daytime running light and the LED beam right in the center. I love the black bezel. More black trim surrounding the upper grille. Lots of openings too, with even a crossbar in there for added stability. You got the gloss black logo up on top with your S logo on the far side. A nice set of LED fog lights down below, and then a vent to let air pass through around the front tires. Got another opening in the center to allow cooling to the intercooler, parking sensors, a body colored front portion. It's a pretty rugged looking car, and yet it's also pretty darn sporty. Got some nice contours throughout the hood. I like how it is that clamshell design. It has that traditional mini look, but definitely a more rugged vibe. And then moving to the side profile, you can see a really cool set of two-tone wheels. You can see the gloss color. These are 18-inch diameter. You have the black trim surrounding this wheel arch. Then I like how you got the Untamed logo along with your corner light. A little bit of body color down below, and then some plastic, and a cool graphic along the side. Gloss black mirror caps and an all gloss black along with the roof and trim surrounding the windows. And I like how you have this polished trim going on the back side of the hood all the way around the windows. Cool side profile to it. I especially like the roof rails and roof rack system. Definitely adds to that rugged vibe. And then you can see rear fender arch, and in back I love the taillights with that British flag. Super unique design. You got Cooper S badge along with your Countryman logo written all down below. Blacked out trim in the center, and then a good look at the panoramic roof along with all the roof rails. Integrated spoiler up on top, and then more plastic trim for the rear bumper with some body colored right in the center, and then a set of gloss black exhaust tips. Moving to the key fob, we get unlock, lock, tailgate release, and then it says Mini on the backside. If I go ahead and keep the car locked, you can just leave the key fob in your pocket. When you grab the door handle, you can press the button and unlock it. So this interior is the Untamed interior. This is genuine Nappa leather in a green color. It looks really cool in person, honestly. It's a pretty wild specification. On the door panel, you get the green color with the vinyl material throughout this door insert, some silver trim throughout the center, lock and unlock with your release handle, all of your window and mirror controls, grab handle, and storage down below. Trunk release as well. Got the Untamed logo on the door sill as well, and then all of your power controls are on the left side of the seat. We do have an extendable leg rest as well. And then taking a look at the seats, I really like this cool piping material. You have green stitching as well as a blue stitching throughout it. Really nice design with the striping, looks very classic. And then on the backrest, you can see more of the stitching. And then this really cool fabric material. It says Untamed right there. Got the headrest with all the same colors. It's a really unique interior, I like it a lot actually. Nice black leather on the steering wheel with cool stitching, Untamed logo, and then your Mini logo. And then now inside, keep my foot on the brake. The start toggle is down here. We can fire it up. All the screens are going to turn on. You got a really cool gauge cluster right in the center with your tach over on the left side, fuel on the right, and then you can see digital speed readout right in the center. If you toggle your different drive modes, which are this right here, you can go into all the different ones. You have your green mode, which is basically eco, going into mid, and then into sport. It'll also change a little bit on the screen in the center, which is a nice touch to see. And then you can also see on the steering wheel, we have on the left side all the cruise control settings with your distance pacing, Bluetooth and audio on the right, a nice set of steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, and then the stalk on the right side is going to be for all the windshield wipers, and then turn signals over on the left. To the left of the steering wheel, we have all of your headlight controls, one of your air vents, a heads-up display piece will pop up as you can see, and then some nice contours throughout the dashboard, and this really cool texture all throughout it. Makes its way underneath the center portion, and I love the round bezel surrounding the screen. When you change temperatures too, it'll actually adjust the color, which is a really cool touch. I like the quirky aspects you're gonna find inside of a Mini. So if we take a look at the screen, this is basically BMW's previous generation screen. So pretty familiar to use, honestly. You can easily use touchscreen, adjust everything, or just swipe over, see all sorts of different information that will pop up. We have shortcuts on this left side, very easily adjust everything, view contents within the car, of course navigation screen, got the full screen nav. You can also control that using the rotary dial down below with all of your shortcuts. So really easy just to adjust everything and see what is inside the car. If I go ahead and put it into reverse, got a nice size backup camera, all your parking sensors as well. Then tapping the P button, we're back into park. You have physical climate controls down below all of that. You can see the temperature on the left, fan speed, your different zones, and then we have heated seats, more controls down below. Then we have parking sensors, your engine start stop, and traction control. More storage all down below that. Nice round design around the shifter, and then just some plastic material to your armrest. Opening that up, looks like we have a wireless phone charging pad, which is a pretty cool layout. And then we have a secondary one. We can lift this whole thing up and there's more storage all down below. Another look at the green interior, looks super cool. And then on the far right side, a good sized glove box. One last look at the interior. Definitely a quirky place to be, but overall it's laid out pretty nice. I think it fits the Mini brand very well. You have a black headliner, dual pane for these sunroofs, along with your manual sunshades that you can easily open up. And then up above that, we have all the controls, more toggles for everything, and a small mirror. Moving on to the back seat space, grabbing the door handle and opening it up, you're gonna see the same green on the inside with more of the green stitching, release handle and everything. Back here, you got all the same materials with the cool contrast stitching, the genuine leather. This can seat 3 people back here. We also have climate control vents along with some plugs, a little bit of storage behind these seats, and then the center seat, you can pull this down and we have a nice armrest along with 2 cup holders. And then from here, you can pull the recline lever, fold these nice and flat for better storage into the back. So sitting now in the back seat of this Mini at 5'11", this is actually pretty comfortable. You know, I have plenty of headroom. The seats recline all the way back, which is really nice. There is ambient lighting in the footwell. With the driver's seat at my height, there is a great amount of legroom and footroom, good windows as well. And then with the recline, of course, you can go really straight up if you need to. So pretty practical car. If this is gonna be your family car, honestly, you could fit 2 grown-ups in the back and you're not gonna have an issue. So not bad at all for being a Mini. And then now moving on to the cargo space, there's gonna be a button right underneath the Mini badge. We do have a power operated lift gate. Opening this up, you have a pretty good amount of storage space, basically like any smaller crossover. So this is a pretty useful vehicle. You have a nice privacy cover as well. And if we go ahead and just pop off these little straps, of course you can see it closed. And then from here, if we just pull it forward a little bit, we can go ahead and remove this. So with it down, you can see the differences in recline from the seat all the way up to it all the way reclined. And then after individually folding down each of these 3 seats, they do individually fold. So you can actually have one up, one down, however you'd like to mix and match it. But you can see just how much space you now get in the back of this car. Everything folds down nice and flat, making this super practical. And like I mentioned, they're individual. So it's pretty cool how you can really mix and match to maximize all the space in this subcompact. Setting off now in the Mini. So this is kind of like an SUV. However, in sport mode, you know, with the paddles, it's kind of fun. It's got a little fun vibe to it. The steering has a good weight to it, good power from the engine. Has a cool sound to it as well. Brakes work really nicely. Not bad, you know, you can just zip around in this car. It's cool. It's interesting with what kind of vehicle this is. I guess it's a crossover SUV at the end of the day. However, it has the heritage of a Mini, which of course is the fun, quirky little sporty car. So it's got a cool blend to it. When you are driving normal, it's turned all the way down into green mode. It's pretty comfortable in here. You have pretty good view out the front. Heads-up display screen is pretty cool. It does work pretty well. Over your right and left shoulder, no complaints with visibility. Really nothing wrong with that at all. The suspension is really solid feeling. You know, this is owned by BMW, and BMW makes really solid to drive cars. So this feels really well built and well put together. So I like that aspect. It really does make the car stand out. It's pretty easy to maneuver too, since it does have a very small footprint. Not a bad option. It's kind of got a fun aspect to it without being overboard. And then the interior, the way everything works, it's really easy to use. So I just like how it's easy, and yet it's kind of cool, it's unique, it's quirky, and not really many complaints. The only real complaint, the door handle is kind of backwards, kind of awkward to operate that. Overall ride quality, like I said, it feels very solid. With the roof racks, you do get some wind noise when you're on the highway, so that is just one drawback, which, I mean, if you have roof racks, you kind of already know that. But it is really smooth to drive. The technology works well, you know, lane keeping, all that. Ergonomics with all the buttons, it's an easy car to use. While it looks a little funky, it's really not all too difficult to get used to the interior of this car. Seats are pretty well padded, lots of good maneuverability to them. Same with the steering wheel, where you can just fit comfortable in this car. I like how the dashboard and glass are kind of far away, to where it gives you more of a sensation of it's a larger car. So it feels bigger than it is. I think even people way taller than me and way larger than me, honestly, are gonna fit pretty fine in this. So not bad. It's kind of a nice normal crossover to drive, but then when you do pop it in sport mode, it feels more fun, it feels more peppy, like there's some character to it. So it kind of takes that typical crossover to a whole different world, to where there can also be fun. So turning around to my honest thoughts and perspective, good turning radius in this. So I like how this is a compact car, it's easy to drive. It's just something, if you're not looking for the biggest vehicle, which not everyone wants something ginormous, this is a way to go, because it is small, it's easy to point. It's fun to be in. Automatically when you look at a Mini, as we pass a Mini, they're just kind of fun to look at, they make you smile. And you know, I don't have that much experience driving these, but when I'm in this, I'm instantly feeling at home in this. It feels roomy. I like the tech, the circle thing going on around it, like it's different. This is a car for the person who wants something a little bit different than your typical boring crossover. So I feel like Mini's delivering that, and because it's owned by BMW, you are getting a Beamer. You're getting a nice car that feels really well built and really solid. So that is one thing big about this car, I think, that you're paying for. The drive modes all do a great job. The green mode, it's very tame, very relaxed, good way to get just good MPG. Normal mode is normal, and then sport mode certainly livens up the experience. It's more sharp on its toes. If you're in automatic mode, it'll shift quicker and stay in a little bit higher rev to give you the power better. And I like just the overall feeling of the car. It feels like something you could just drive and drive. So I think maybe my favorite part with it is the fact that you get fun character and usability all at the same time. It's got a really good blend of so many different characteristics all wrapped into one vehicle. Ride quality is nice. The use of materials is good overall, everything you touch. This particular interior spec will probably not be everybody's taste. I mean, green interior isn't going to be everyone's favorite. However, when you add in the quirkiness that is a Mini in general, it kind of fits. Like, this interior makes a lot of sense. Works great with the color combo outside, and being that it is genuine Nappa leather, I mean, it's a high quality material, it feels nice. The seats themselves, I mean, this is a good place to be. And I like how you can spec these Minis into funky different designs just to make them really your own. So it's one of those cars where they're not that expensive, you know, pretty easy to get into one of these, and you're able to customize it like it's something a lot more expensive. So then if we just toggle it back into normal mode and get up and move, I don't really have any major complaints, I would say. Nothing really stands out as something I don't like about it. I would say the only thing with these cars is it won't be for everyone. The styling, of course, won't be for everybody. You know, in general, these aren't the most typical cars. So they're going to be a unique buyer. However, Mini has been on sale in the US for a very long time, probably not going anywhere anytime soon. So they obviously are cars that buyers like. People like what you get in one of these cars. And the fact that, especially this one, the sizing's nice. It's a good sized car to where you can actually use the back seats, use the storage area. It's got the ground clearance and all that. But then it turns into a fun to drive car at the same time. So it's got the sporty aspects, but it also has the rugged aspects to it as well. So I think that is then it for the 2024 Mini Cooper S. Interesting how they're all called Mini Coopers, and then I guess you just add on the different specific name. But anyways, that is it for this vehicle, this Untamed edition is super cool inside and out. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content. And then a big shout out to Flo Mini of Winston-Salem for providing this car for today's video. Take a look at their website, links down below.